So now let's talk about the real reason we get a cold and how to prevent it. In Chinese medicine, they talk about the 3 levels of body. So you've got the upper, the middle, and the lower. And this level is a bit like mist. You know, you breathe, the fluids are like vapor. This disperses the water to the skin. Then you've got the middle, which is a bit like a marsh. There is fluids, but there's an earth element here. This is where the nutrients are transformed. If this middle jiao gets blocked, the fluids begin to rise and the lungs become excess. The fluids go up the face and we get a cold. Basically, colds do start in the digestive system. It's like the terrain versus germ theory. You might get a germ, but if your body can flush it out through the lymph system, which is what it does, you won't get a cold. If you look closer, you might find that the conditions are the thing that actually cause dis-ease. Eventually, this just causes a backup in the lymph system, and then this backup creates chronic pain. So a lot of issues start in the digestive system, and this highlights the importance of detoxification. That doesn't really mean you do a 1 or 2 week detox. It really means you allow your body to do its natural detox processes. You want to look after it, make sure your systems are functioning in harmony, and this will help alleviate symptoms and transform them. In general, I would suggest eating what you can find in nature, whole, fresh, ripe and raw, preferably organic. When you've got a cold, you want to get vitamin C and start to transform these fluids, get them to clear out from the head. These fluids can circulate through the body. That's how Qigong helps, clearing the lungs. This sound, the S sound, is for the metal element, helps to clear the lungs. Whatever pace you feel like. I like to do it slowly, and sometimes you might want to speed it up to get a bit more of a flow. And also you want to strengthen the kidneys, as the kidneys are responsible for filtering the fluids. They also help with absorbing the qi from the breath. So when you inhale, that qi goes to the kidneys. Massage, tapping and rebounding, where you bounce on your heels, the fluids will start to drain. Eat more high water content foods like fruits. When I've eaten a watermelon, my mind is really clear. Now I have the hydration to feed my brain, to feed my body. So you want this system where it's like intake of water, breathe, move, it goes to the cells, and repeat. So we've talked about hydration, nourishment, circulation and Qigong. I mentioned the lungs, how the lungs disperse the fluids, and this is the metal element. You want to cultivate the emotions of clarity and courage. Also, we talked about the earth center and how we want this to transform fluids effectively. The spleen transforms fluids, the yin organ paired with the stomach, which is the yang organ. Yang organs are hollow and transform energy. The yin organs transform fluids. We want to cultivate openness, trust, friendliness, compassion, and this feeling of stability, centeredness. I will show you a couple of acupressure points. So yeah, these points are local points. If you draw with your fingers like this, measure from your sternum and the belly button, find the midpoint. This is the point called CV14 or REN14. This point helps with digestion. Then you've also got to point 2 fingers up from the belly button. This point helps transform fluids. So you can circle on these points for a couple of minutes. Then you've got just under the ribs the kidney meridian. This also helps with digestion. Then you've got in between the ribs here, improves digestion. At the side it's more for the liver. And the gallbladder is right on the outside. In the center of the chest, that's a good point for the lungs. Side of the belly button, 2 fingers width, circle here, that's on the stomach meridian. Stomach 25. Under the ribs, gallbladder. And then on the very front of the side is the liver. And then directly under the mammalian glands, this is the spleen meridian. So these points will really help with digestion. As we move down to the lower chakra area, this is called the lower dantian, where we store qi, energy. So if you think of like a bowl, and then you've got the qi, the fire, heating the bowl, and then you've got the steam, that's the lungs. And so you've got 2 fingers under the belly button as well. This is CV6, and then 4 fingers under the belly button, that's CV4. Also a good point for energy and digestion. Can give your belly a massage clockwise.